Will, Coach Leach has said that he felt like you guys, did a lot of good things on offense, maybe just couldn't finish off drives. I guess what made it so tough against this defense, once you got into the red zone to kind of, capitalize on some opportunities?
They have all like 5-star players. They're pretty good on defense. Coach Smart does a really good job. They had a really good scheme for what we were doing, and it's hard to finish drives on a good team.
Well, cold weather, I know, sometimes makes it difficult on your receivers, but tonight drop's a little bit of an issue. As the leader of that group, what do you tell those guys? How do you kind of keep them up so it doesn't kind of continue to happen?
I mean, we just have to fix the problem. Probably catch some extra balls this week in practice or something like that, or any way I can help those guys, I'm willing to help. But we gotta get it figured out.
Obviously, was a big shift in momentum there at the end of the first half. What was it like, seeing a young guy like Xavion come through and make a big play against the #1 team?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, he's been telling me for a couple of weeks now that he's going to take one back. So it's good to see Xavion have some success. But I think he can keep growing. I think he can keep getting better as a receiver. I think he's got a huge upside as a receiver. You obviously see what he can do with the ball in his hands. So he just has to work on his receiving skills, and I think he's going to have a bright future for us.
Well, I asked Coach Leach this. Early in the year, you guys were so good about bouncing back from adversity, whether it was the turnover, the defense responding, or the defense giving up a touchdown, the offense responding, or just overcoming a back call or whatever. That's kind of been a lack of confidence lately in these last 2 or 3 games, or is that something that just comes from moving on to the next play?
What, you're saying we haven't been able to do that?
Not being able to bounce back.
Being able to bounce. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of like picking your teammate up. It's just kind of the nature of who we are as a team, as a group, and kind of how we roll together. If one guy gets knocked down, we're going to try our best to pick each other up. We don't always do the best job of that, and sometimes you come up short and don't come through. But when we see a teammate down or a unit on our team down, the other unit's going to try and pick them up.
Speaking to the Xavion punt return, it's a big lift right before the half. What was it like in the half-team locker room, and kind of what was the staff's message to you guys? Obviously you got another half to play, but to kind of get this thing kind of moving forward.
I mean, everybody was just kind of excited at halftime. I don't know what the score was. It 17-12 maybe. I don't know, something like that before halftime. You're a one-score game with the #1 team in the country. So we're all kind of excited. The staff was, talking about halftime adjustments and things like that. But, I think Coach Leach probably said it. But we just left points out there, which is frustrating. Whether it be, not finishing off a drive, having to kick a field goal, or not connecting on a touchdown pass, or whatever the case may be. It's just frustrating when you left points out there, especially in the red zone.
Hey, Will,